Now, you have founded 5 companies, exited 4, if I'm not mistaken. What's your earliest memory of wanting to work for yourself or do your own thing?
I would say that was an evolution. The earliest memory, I never really fitted in at school. And there's some underlying deep-rooted issues that I'm sort of dealing with or have been trying to deal with. But there was like the bullying, and I just didn't really know where I fitted. But when I was 12, so just gone into secondary school, I had no friends that were from my primary school, and I really didn't know where I fitted in. And about a year into it, there were kids that didn't want to do their homework. And then there was another group of kids that didn't mind doing homework. I was then just the broker between, for the cost of a dinner ticket or some tuck shop money, because I wasn't given tuck shop money or pocket money. It was, I can broker your homework being done for you by these kids, and I would get a reward for it somehow. So that was my earliest memory at the age of 12. And then at 16, I set up a company called Big and Blonde Promotions, which did boat cruises up and down the river.
Where did the name come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds, so that was really when I would say I ventured into, I'm going to do this to not just be popular, which on reflection was part of why I was doing it. But putting on these amazing events once a month and everyone enjoying themselves. It was an amazing adventure at 16, 17. I had so much money, but I just didn't, I was foolish with it. I didn't, anything I do in business I'm not money driven. Mm-hmm. So the deal, yes, fantastic. I live for that. Making impact, yes. The creative problem solving, yes. But the actual sort of financial side didn't really interest me at a young age.
What were the events? What was the tonality of it?
So this is pre-mobile phone, right? So this is...
The good old days.
The good old days. So 96, 97, imagine you've got a sort of pre-pubescent, or no, actually 16, I think I hit puberty around that time.
Hopefully.
And so I phoned up. So I'm from Hertfordshire, Essex, that sort of way, same as you. Mm-hmm. And I phoned up this boat cruise company on the River Thames, and I said, "Hi, my name's Adam. I'm looking to host a boat party, river cruise up and down the Thames on this date, about 4 or 5 weeks' time." And they asked me for a deposit. Go through. Yes, we've got availability. Asked me for a deposit. I haven't got a deposit, but I'll pay you cash when I get there. And they weren't too comfortable with it, but they accepted it. Then I phoned up for bus company. I needed 4 buses, 53 seaters to be here at this time and so on. And and they said yes. So I had this finger crossed promise from me to them and them to me. And in no way did I think that it wasn't confirmed. And I communicated with them, phoned them up from parents' house. And and it was, the theme of it was getting people together, doing something that they hadn't done before.
What was the age group of the crowd?
They were all school kids. So
yeah, I'm just trying to gauge
16 to 19.
What sort of mad parties you were putting on?
They were, the hedonism was fantastic. No, they 16 to 19, 20, that sort of age. And there were 4 schools in my town, Bishop Stortford, where I was from. There was a girls' school, boys' school, mixed school, Catholic school. And but part of my sales process was, I'll give you, whoever it may be, plus a ticket to take your boyfriend, girlfriend, if you sell 10. So I had my sales pipeline of school, like the captured demographic, but then I had my sales channels. So they were just giving me cash, I was giving them the tickets, and it was fantastic. So that's how it first started. They were a big success for the first couple. I thought, how can I offer something more? So I contacted local businesses. Thomas Cook was one of them. Lund Poly, I think, was another. There was a sports football. I'm not into football, but it was some sort of football club. And can you donate anything? Because we're going to have this raffle on the on the boats. And they did. We had like holidays that were given away. Anyone that's bought a ticket gets put into the raffle. And so that started elevating. Then after the boats, this is now, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 events in, there were questions about where do we go after? Because we're all getting a little bit older. We're familiar with London. Where do we go after? And I spoke to a couple of nightclubs around the Embankment.
Which ones?
I can't remember the name. But you know, there was the Walkabout, which was the pub,
Yeah,
but then there was a few.
Yeah, Heaven was on the Embankment. Yeah,
Heaven was one of them.
Heaven was in a. It was like in a, not a tunnel. It was like an
archway.
Archway.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a couple of them. So I went and approached the guys and girls on the door, and I said, look, I've got X amount of people that are coming in. Can you sort out a guest list? Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm bringing. Like, there was about 50 people at the time, but anyone going in with a 50-person strong guest list, you know, it was great. So that was really the theme of where the boat parties started, and that went on for a little while.
Fantastic.